Bigby, please tell me you have better news than Miss White had to offer. You accuse me of improprieties that are as insulting as they are false. And now you tell me there's a killer on the loose? How is it that a woman of such beauty, such grace, could possibly be this incompetent? It's your job to keep the peace. Do it better. The Monday police were called to the scene? What?
God damn it, you fucking irresponsible wolf! How many times have I told you? You have to watch your damn self. Oh, God, I ought to let them burn you. I should have let the Woodsman cut you into pieces. I'll cut you into pieces myself, you bastard! Oh, God, just let me get my hands on you. I'll throw you in the cells myself. I'll shoot you. I'll chop you. God almighty! Just let me get my hands on you. You have let this whole thing go south. Do you know what you've done? You endanger the entire Fabletown community. Oh, for God's sake, what am I going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to set fire to you, and then I'm going to shoot you, and then I'm going to cut your guts open, and I'm going to stuff you full of rocks, and then I'm going to let Toad's children eat you. Hurry up and get him back here. I don't care what you have to do. If I have to put you on a leash and send you out with somebody to hold it to make sure you don't go wandering off into some damn dress shop or ice cream shop or something that God knows you haven't got a brain in your head, go get him and bring him back. Or get him, just whatever you have to do, get him back here now. For God's sake, I don't know if the cliche is true. Pretty girls like you with no damn brains in their heads. Why I ever hired you as a secretary is beyond me. I don't know what I'm doing.
There are gonna be more, aren't there?
We had something very special. A serial killer. Oh, God, and it's one of us. We've got to put a lid on this. If you can't manage it, I'll find someone who can. You accuse me of improprieties that are insulting as they are false, and now you tell me there's a killer on the loose? How is it that a woman of such beauty, such grace, could be this Bigby, please tell me you have better news than Miss White had to offer, and I don't want to hear any of this stuff and nonsense about Bluebeard, because I know for certain that he's out of the country at the moment. Do we have a suspect, any leads? This is a big case, and you need to produce results, or we'll find someone who can. It's about expediency and discretion, Bigby. You'll get whoever it is, quickly and quietly. You've already got a mess in your lap, Sheriff. Figure that one out before making new ones. Right. We'll finish this up later. There are good, decent, hard-working fables in this community that want to know that their town is safe. So, wait. Who else knows about this? For your sake, I'm going to assume that means no one. Good. We'll keep this under wraps. Good. That's the best approach for now. We can't have a panic breaking out. I want this killer caught, Sheriff. That is the only thing you and Snow should be concerned with. This happened on your watch. Don't forget that. So do your job, Sheriff. And we'll get someone who can. Oh, Bigby. Please tell me you have better news than Miss White had to offer. Yes, I see. You two tittering behind my back. Good. We keep this under wraps. That's the best approach for now. It's tragic, yes. But the secrets and security of Fabletown should be your primary concern. It's horrible. Truly, absolutely, plainly horrible that this travesty happened right outside on the Woodland's front porch! Right where we all live. Where we make our home. Haven't we suffered enough? I ask you. Haven't we suffered enough as a people? Miss White, I'm sorry, but it frankly doesn't matter at all what you think. And your influence here will only surely unspool the investigation into a tangle of dull twine. You can serve us best by doing what you do best. Administrate, not surmise. You're far too valuable here, my dear. Bigby, I'm sure, has this whole thing under complete control. She's not going with you, and that's absolutely final. With a rampant killer on the loose, are you out of your wits? You're liable to put the poor girl in danger. Yes, you do. Clearly you do. We all do, but it's only Bigby's job to put himself in harm's way. You're just looking for any excuse now, aren't you? Any excuse. And utility papers still need to be filed, and I have more pressing matters to contend with. Wouldn't you agree? You're both mad. Entirely mad. If you're so hell-bent on her destruction, be my guest. But I'll hold you completely responsible for our Miss White's safety, Bigby. If anything happens, it'll be on your head, I can assure you of that. Well, I'm glad at least one of you has the prudent idea. And Bigby agrees with me, but is just too embarrassed for your sake to say so. Don't interrupt me, Miss Snow, because you are the one bringing this to me, Miss Snow, the one who so simply stumbled upon this catastrophe on our very doorstep. The last thing I need with Mayor Cole away is a hysteria. Do you understand me? Oh, is that how you see things, Sheriff? You are the one charged with protecting the citizens of Fabletown. Your failure to do so cost someone their life, and the safety of the entire community. Oh, says the man who is most to blame for this catastrophe. How convenient. Oh, your role in this is duly noted. Yes, let's talk about that. Tell me you've been doing something. Are there any leads? Suspects? Any shred of evidence you two know what the hell you're doing? Anything. Anything at all. Because right now, I have half a mind to fire the both of you. Well, this is just wonderful. Not only is a Fable killed, but it was a Fable hooker to boot. The Woodsman. That drunk wretch was the cause of this? Well, find him. Get him in here if that's all you have to go on. Bluebeard is out of the country as we speak, so don't even think about accusing him of such a treacherous affair. If all you're operating off of is ancient history, we're all in much more trouble than I imagined. Don't be absurd. By that rationale, you're a suspect as well, Wolf. The last thing we need is all of Fabletown knowing there's a killer amongst us. You two need to get a handle on this situation quickly and quietly. Call Vivian right this minute and let her know I'm coming in early for my massage. Snow, where is the bottle of wine you were to purchase? Do you see it? It's not a large desk, Miss White. Oh, bother. Forget it. Can't do anything right. Well, we'll find someone who can. Do your job, Sheriff. Do your fucking job, Sheriff. Don't change the subject. You are to blame for this unpleasantness, Miss Snow. See? Even Bigby agrees with me. As incompetent as he is, you are trusted to keep things running smoothly around here. This is a disaster. Who else is to blame if not you? It didn't take very long to get it out of him. That doesn't necessarily mean they're involved in the murders. I only wanted you to be aware that there have been some objections. I know, Sheriff, I know. We, found the Woodsman chained up to a post last night. That was your doing, correct? Well, thanks to you, there's been at least some hope in this whole dreadful affair. I'm confident he has some information about the slayings. I had assumed you'd want a crack at him. We moved him to the cellar for questioning. He was involved, definitely. That much we can tell from his babbling. He just must have had some sort of accomplice. Bluebeard's currently interrogating him, and he's already to the point of confession. Yes, but all that means is he didn't do it alone. You don't think he's involved? Well, we all do. By himself. You know he's an expert at this sort of thing. He almost volunteered, truthfully. Well, some part of you did, or otherwise you wouldn't have arrested him, and thank God that you did. Nearly. I think he's hoping for leniency. Exile instead of the well. But really, thank God you detained him. After we get the full story, of course. Only until recently. So, really, thank God you detained him. It's been a spot of fortune in this dreadful mess. I didn't mean to imply that the Woodsman needs a few more bits of encouragement, and after that we should have the whole story. Who he's working with, why he did it, that sort of thing. We have to formulate a plan of action, Bigby. It's been one full night and a slice of morning, and I already miss her too. You know, I never get more homesick than when one of us dies, and now, for it to be Snow. I've never been good with these sorts of things. I just can't believe this is really happening. Well, I apologize if my attempt at handling this has disturbed you, Bigby, but I thought we had some common ground. It helps me. Just why in God's wisdom did this have to happen? I really don't know if any of us are safe. This used to be a reliable place. Now, I don't know what else to say, Bigby. We have to put an end to this. It's been 2 murders in as many days. If we don't unearth our culprit, and soon, there will likely be another on our doorstep tonight. What are you saying? It's horrible to think that this was just by chance. Just the mindless work of some aimless psychotic. No, of course not. You know what I mean. A message. To whom? Our stories used to be so simple. We had a beginning, a middle, and an end. But ever since we moved to this awful city, Everything's gotten so confused. Miss White deserved a better end than this. Who is the Woodsman working with? Why did they want to do this? I mean, what's the insufferable point? What? I thought we had some common ground, could discuss this like gentlemen. That is not true. Not true at all. You don't have to be so callous. Thank you. We moved him to the cellar, but I just don't know what you're after there. And, Bigby, we have to tread carefully here. People think you're losing control of this job. I'm getting phone calls day and night. Control of yourself. So, with that in mind, we should discuss strategies, for catching the culprit, since they're most likely still at large. I think in this instance, we get it done faster if we work together. I can help you, It just seems like a complete waste of time. I know, Sheriff, I know. I only wanted you to be aware that there have been some objections. Generally speaking, the public, the ones you've roughed up a bit, mostly. For your own sake. That doesn't mean they're necessarily involved in the murders. I mean, he hasn't appeared to know anything yet. We found Tweedledee chained up to a post. That was your doing, correct? Well, I don't know why you detained him. Dee was at the Trip Trap when Snow was left at the Woodlands, so he couldn't possibly be involved in this mayhem. And he hasn't said anything useful, don't you think? Excellent. Excellent. When we get back, we'll discuss what to do with Mr. D and decide the next course of action. I know what you're thinking, Bigby. I need to know I can count on you. Things may get unsavory. But with you and Bluebeard working in tandem, it shouldn't be an issue to wrap this up soon. But I thought you said this isn't about being an asshole. This is about doing what's absolutely necessary. My thoughts exactly. I know. I just want to make sure you're up for this. Certainly. Not everyone knows, of course, but news is spreading fast and getting worse with each person who hears it. We'll have to give them something soon. Something to show that we aren't dead-ended. Oh, certainly you didn't. Because that wasn't you in police custody back there. That wasn't you letting evidence slip into Monday possession. That wasn't you. Certainly. The Woodsman knows who killed Miss White. He knows who he is, and out of loyalty or fear, he's not giving him up. Just, please, for everyone's sake, get the information and this whole grisly saga can be over tonight before anyone else gets hurt. All right, even bearing that they may know something. Dee, I should tell you, he's very resilient, tenacious even. But I'm not entirely certain Tweedledee will provide you with anything useful. I'm telling you the truth. They're very tough customers. It just seems like a complete waste of time. All right, well, I'll hold you to that. But he hasn't been a fountain of knowledge. I don't know if it's ignorance or fortitude. Please, Bigby, don't get too aggressive. It won't go well. I know you're huffed, but please don't get too aggressive with this one. I'll be there to supervise things, and once this is done, once we're back in a positive direction, we can stop whoever's out there from killing again. Please, Bigby. For Miss White, but only if I know you can proceed with things in a mature manner. Did she, give any indication to what she was thinking? When you saw her last, I mean. I don't know why, but I'd like to know that she was, I guess, fine, I suppose. Well, that's very disappointing to hear. I'm trying, Bigby, I really am. You of all people know how hard it is. And me, it's not easy, Bigby, seeing everyone who wants to be seen. She was always fond of you, Bigby. I just want to make sure that she wasn't going looking for trouble, that's all. You knew Faith for a grand total of 15 minutes. But they don't truly share a link except being fables, as far as we know. I don't know what these killings could be saying. It feels to me like a theory without grounds. She was always just trying to do her job to the best of her capable abilities. I was a little rough with her at times, I know, and I want you to know that I regret it horribly. I don't know why I'm asking you, but did she give any indication as to what she was thinking? When you saw her last, I mean. No, everyone's fine, but frankly, Bigby, it's not good. Not quite a panic, but getting there. He's just stalling to bargain. Fine. I don't know what else to say, Bigby. We'll be at the Woodlands in a minute. We have to put an end to this. You're paying for that. We can't implicate an innocent man. And people are already worried about your conduct as of late. I told you, if you want to be involved, you will do things my way. We do this by the book, or we don't do it at all. I said no violence. That's not what I meant.